Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tuluhoyane. As the Senzo MEYIWA trial proceeds in the Pretoria High Court, unfortunately, we are getting other narratives. We are getting other narratives from family members about how Senzo died on the 26th of October 2014. And it is sad to hear these narratives because, this is not the first time that we hear about these things. Siyabonga Mayor, Senzo MEYIWA's cousin, categorically believes that the MEYIWA family does not believe in the process that is going on in the Pretoria High Court. And it is just an act, he says, on the part of those police officers who investigated this matter, that it is just an act of defeating the ends of justice. Siyabonga Mayor says it happened this way. There were those two visitors from KZN, Senzo's friends, Tumelo Matala and Mtogozisi. Tumelo Matala was visiting, apparently, Senzo MEYIWA for the first time in Johannesburg. And he was not known to any of the people there and was probably only known to Senzo. So the narrative goes that because Longwe Twala, Zandi's then boyfriend, suspected that one of these two visitors from KZN was probably having an affair with Zandi Kumalo, Longwe Twala was not very happy about that. In fact, it would appear that in the days running up to the fatal shooting and killing of Senzo, the fatal shooting of Senzo MEYIWA, Longwe had been looking all over the place for Zandi, who was apparently evading him or did not have any interest anymore to meet him. So there was some kind of fallout between Zandi and Longwe. So when Longwe ultimately ended up in the Kumalo house, he found these two friends of Senzo together with the other people in the house, including Kelly Kumar. The story goes that there was a disagreement between Zandi and Longwe Twala over the fact that Longwe Twala suspected Zandi to have an affair or to be having an affair with one of these two strangers from KZN. It was during a squabble in the house between Longwe and Senzo MEYIWA that Senzo was shot by Longwe Twala. That is the story that we are getting now. Now, it becomes very interesting because Senzo's cousin says that the police know this and that those police who are, behind the theory that there were intruders into that house are simply defeating the ends of justice. Because he says, as a family, they got a call. And this call came from Tumelo Matala shortly after Senzo was shot by Longwe Twala, that Senzo has been shot by his friend. At the time, they did not even know, or Tumelo Matala did not even know Longwe's name, because they were meeting for the first time. So in that call, Senzo's cousin tells us that Tumelo Matala simply said Senzo had been shot by his friend. Tumelo Matala said that Senzo's friend had shot him. And this person who is the shooter is Longwe Twala. And you know, Senzo's cousin says, even if they arrest me for this, even if they take me to jail for this, I will still stand by what I'm saying. So the family, like, you know, Senzo's brother has always been saying, Sfiso MEYIWA, has also been saying all over the place, and all this time, that they do not believe in the false narrative that there had been intruders into that house. Now, here is this cousin now coming up with this damning evidence to say that they had that call from Tumelo Matala saying that Senzo had been shot by his friend, meaning Longwe Twala. And he says as that call was made, it sort of broke at some stage, and Kelly Kumalo could be heard in the background shouting, "Ngizawuthini kumama waka Senzo? What am I going to say to Senzo's mother?" And he goes on to say that it is very tragic that they had all along been treating Kelly Kumalo as a sister, and that they were very disappointed that she had done all this to the family. So it is all coming together now. It's all coming together now because the MEYIWA family is saying, even Advocate Chauke, Senior Counsel Advocate Chauke, has confirmed to him that Senzo was shot by Longwe Twala, and that there were never any intruders into that house. Now, this brings into sharp focus the intruder theory. You see, that is why Docket 375 was opened in the first place. Because Docket 375 charges, among other people, General Shadrach Sibiya, who was there on the scene, with defeating the ends of justice. Because it was General Sibiya and others who ended up pursuing the theory that there had been intruders into that house, and that these intruders had allegedly run in the direction of the park, and those intruders were never found. So those who are against, or those who have been critical of the intruder theory, have always maintained that the focus should have been on the people in the house, but that was never done. But the final and most interesting thing that Senzo's cousin says is that, they've discovered the gun that shot Senzo MEYIWA. They're in possession of such a gun. And they've told the police about it. But the police are not doing anything about it. What a tragedy for the MEYIWA family. I recently saw video clips of Senzo's mother, and I was very touched by that clip. A mother who lost a son. I could see her maternal instincts just coming to the fore, and it was also tragic. Having said that, let me thank you for watching this video. Let me thank you for all the views and subscriptions that I'm seeing. And please have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you.